Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers from wherever you're catching us from. My name is Karen Olege, and this is Career Growth with Karen. If it's your first time here, this is the channel where we have conversations that empower us to have more fulfilling and satisfying and progressive careers. So if that's what you're looking for, then you're in the right place. Please hit the subscribe button. And even if you have been a frequent visitor in this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button, comment on our content, like it, and share it to your friends so they can also benefit from these conversations. Today, we are talking about counter offers. You may have been there where you have been given a counter offer after your resignation, or if not yet, then you will encounter something like that in your career journey. So how do you behave, or what do you do when you're given a counter offer? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? So let's get started. This is Career Growth with Karen. Okay, so today's episode is about counter offers. So if you haven't experienced a counter offer yet, I will just tell you what this is. A counter offer is where you are exiting an organization. Maybe you're resigning because perhaps you have another offer somewhere. And at that point, when you offer your resignation, either your manager or the HR, they come to you and they give you a counter offer. What that means is they come and have a conversation with you to ask you, what are you gonna get on the other side in terms of the salary? Maybe here you're being paid 30,000 and the offer or the job you're going to is paying you maybe 70,000. So they want either to match or to top that 70K so that you can stay put in this organization and you don't go to where you are supposed to go. So that is what a counter offer is. In other words, you have received an offer from elsewhere and they want to give you another offer so that you do not take the one that you have been given on the other end where you want to go. So of course, when I explain it that way, it may already look like a good thing. If I'm going somewhere maybe where I've been promised 70K and now you're telling me you'll give me 90K, I think that's a good idea. It may look like a good idea, but let's talk about it. Is counter offer a good thing or a bad thing? In my professional life, which has not been very long, if you have been on this channel, well, it's been long or not long, depending on how you view it. But I have received a counter offer twice in my employment, where I have resigned and I have been told, let's talk about it. What are you being given on the other side? We can top that and you can stay in this organization. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? So my first point on how you react when given counter offers, my first point is don't sit at a table where disrespect is served. And what do I mean by disrespect? Guys, there is no way I have been in this organization for forever. I have been doing my work. I have been performing well. I have been achieving my objectives. All this time, you have never considered to increase my pay. Sometimes you have even had the conversation about salary increment. And you have been told, no, it's not possible. And then at the moment when I bring in a resignation, that's when you want to tell me you are considering giving me a raise? Really? I think that actually is disrespect, because clearly you could see that I had a good performance journey. You could see that I was a good contributor to the organization. But all this time, you never thought to appreciate that effort with a better salary or better employment terms. And to me, that is disrespect. I will tell you about the two instances when I actually got this counter offer. The first time was in this organization, names withheld, in this organization where I had actually presented my case for a better salary. And you guys, if you have been watching my channel, you know that you can actually ask for a salary increment when you feel that there is the opportunity within the organization to grow within it, and you are a valuable contributor to the organization. So I went to my boss and I had that conversation. And if you don't know how to have that conversation, please go back into some of my previous episodes. You will see an episode about asking for a raise or asking for a promotion. So I had already done that. And as I have said in those episodes, you know, all you can do is to ask, and ask correctly. But the answer can be yes or it can also be no. And in my case, in the first instance, it was a no. And I was told no. And actually, this time I was an intern, and I had interned for a whole year, guys. That just tells you I had been there, I had gone there for a 3-month internship, and it kept on being extended by 3 months, 3 months, 3 months on the same terms. So I had ended up in 1 year as an intern, delivering for the organization. And the position that I was in is a position that needed a hire. It was not, I was not holding something for a few days. It was actually projects that were ongoing for long. So they needed a permanent hire, but they had kept me there as an intern, knowing that I'm doing the work that a permanent hire would do, but on an intern salary. So of course they were making savings for the organization, and they just kept on telling me no, no, no. So of course I was dissatisfied, and I decided, okay, if I cannot get what I want in here, I will look outside. I loved my job, but at that time the pay was an intern. So I looked outside and I got another opportunity. And when I resigned, that's when my manager my manager in the HR, they had a conversation with me about, we have been thinking. Surprisingly, they have been thinking about increasing my pay, and now they want to have that conversation with me. So that is disrespect, because it just shows that I have to protest for you to actually appreciate my work, which actually is not a good thing. If somebody is doing their work good and there is the opportunity to actually give them a permanent position, or give them that position which they are already doing the responsibilities for, then I think it is good respect for you to be given that. But that is not what I was being given. So don't sit at a table where disrespect is being offered. If you were never appreciated before, it's not gonna start to work now. The second thing, you are better off on the other side, guys. I know some people say that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. I don't agree with that statement. If already the place where I am in, I can call it devil, then the worst that can happen to me is where I'm going can also be another devil. So I'll just be experiencing a different devil. But in any case, I have the opportunity or the chance to now actually experience greener pastures. So I know the grass is not always green, but I would also tell you, don't be afraid to take the leap. Don't be afraid to go. Don't be afraid to start again in a new place where you're being given better terms. And remember, when I talk of better terms, you guys know from my previous episodes that it's not just about salary. You're looking at the whole package in totality. Their medical cover, their learning and development, their level of exposure, and the things that matter to you are in that package. Again, remember, never reduce this conversation only to salary, because it is much more than salary. There are very many other things that matter to you. So make sure that you're looking at everything that matters to you when you're saying this is a better offer or not. So my point there was, you're better off on the other side. If already you have been here and you have done what you have done, and the terms are better on the other side, trust you me, go. It may end up being, the grass may not be greener as you thought, but at the same time, it is not green where you are, because this is a table where disrespect is being served and appreciation is not coming your way. The third thing, don't burn bridges. Don't burn bridges. Of course, you may, by the time you're leaving a place, it may be that you're just leaving because you found a better place, or it may be that you really don't like this place. In my case, I had already made I had already talked about, can I be appreciated better? Can I be taken off the internship and just given a permanent hire and things like that? And it was not okay. So you may be leaving actually a toxic place. Whether it's toxic or not, please do not burn bridges. This life is long and you will always need to look back. So please do not burn bridges. At the end of the day, just resign nicely, do your handover nicely, communicate to your manager and tell them, this is the date when I'm leaving. Give them the appropriate notice that they need to be given as per your contract, and then just leave well. Even if you have beef with your current employer, in any case, you've already found another opportunity. So don't start throwing a tantrum at that point. Just tell them, I think it is my time to leave, and leave, and even express desire to want to work with them again in the future. This way, you just leave a door open, so that in the event anything happens where you're going, or even later on in life, you can always look back and come back to this place. So don't burn bridges. And my last point, always know that these people can constructively exit you if you take the counter offer. Now, let me talk about the 2 times that I got this counter offer, and whether I accepted it or not. The first time I accepted the counter offer, the offer was given to me. It was a higher salary than where I was going, and I took it. Now, why did I take it? I took it because, first of all, let me say, as a rule of thumb, you should not take counter offers. And the reason why you shouldn't take them is because this employer is likely to constructively exit you. What do I mean by constructively exiting you? They already know that your engagement is low, your loyalty is low, you are a flight risk. They already know that. So what they are likely to do is they may negotiate you into a counter offer so that they buy themselves time to replace you. So they will keep you there so that they buy themselves time to replace you. In the next 2-3 months, they shall have gotten another person who is fit for that job, and now they will start constructively exiting you. So maybe they will start bringing up performance issues, or if you were on a contract that can expire, they will now, at expiring of your contract, they will not renew it. Or at some point, they may even, like for me who was an intern, they will just decide not to extend the internship. So when the internship is over, they just tell you now it's over, you can go home, because now they have gotten a replacement for you. And here it is you who loses. So just know that they will constructively exit you. This is in most cases. So that is why counter offers are not to be taken. But even if you take the counter offer, you need to have this at the back of your mind, that you will be constructively exited. And therefore you need to, for you to be planning your exit so that you do not find yourself in a bad situation when you're constructively exited. So this is what I did when I first took a counter offer, because at that time, as I have told you, I was an intern. So I wasn't the offer that I had gotten was a good one, but not so good. It was in an industry that I didn't like. It was in hospitality industry, guys. I don't have passion or desire to work for hospitality industry, but I had gone that direction because already where I was completely frustrated. I had exhausted all the internal avenues or channels to try to negotiate myself into a better mode of employment. I was in internship and I could not stay in internship forever, and I was doing real work. So I had exhausted my internal channels. And so I just looked outside, and hospitality industry is where I got an opportunity. And I told myself, let me go and start there and then build it up from there, because anyways, here, there is no building that I'm doing anymore. So that's when I took that offer. When I was given a counter offer here, I decided to take it because at that point, I was considering many other employment options, and I knew there was something that was going to open up in the next 2 or 3 months. So I had organized myself in another way. I knew that these guys would constructively exit me, but I knew in the 2-3 months before they do that, I will likely have jumped into another opportunity that is a better fit for me. And that is why I took the counter offer. But you should never take a counter offer if you do not have a plan B. Guys, if you don't have a plan B, don't take a counter offer, because you will be constructively exited. And if the opportunity that you're taking is good enough, in my second instance, when I was given a counter offer, this time I was just going to a better job. So I did not take the counter offer. I just said, no, keep your pay. Let me go to where I have this other offer. At that time, it was not an intern situation, so I was ready to not look back. And the job that I had gotten was a job that I had wanted. So I didn't want to get into this conversation of stay back. I didn't want to do that. So I hope that I have helped you just have a sneak peek into counter offers. Don't sit in a table where disrespect has been served. Don't burn bridges. Know that it can be better on the other side. And lastly, you will be constructively exited. So make your best decision. And if you can go, just go. If you decide to say yes and take the counter offer in the next 2 to 3 months, be sure that you have a plan B, you have where you're going, and you're also just buying yourself time, just like your employer is buying themselves time with you. I hope that has helped you. This content has been useful. If it has, please remember to subscribe, guys. Subscribe. This is my way of me knowing that you really are enjoying the content and the content is useful to you, and that you are a follower of the content, and it just encourages me to keep on producing more and more. So please subscribe to my content, comment on it so we can have a conversation. You may have a contrary opinion. Something like this may have happened to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's engage there. Like this comment, share it with your friends, and let them also benefit from this. Until next time, see you soon.